Good morning, traders. Today is Monday, the 18th of December, a few days before Christmas. Keep in mind, it's a Monday. It's a seasonal low volume. Many traders are not in front of the computer. And it's choppy and tight range. We got to be very careful, very selective on our trades. And again, same as we did last week, we're going to try to pick out some trades quickly and book them and go about our day. We will look here. I'm looking here. We're going to go ahead and select trio because we got the 89 here and the 38.2 fib here. So the 89 moving average, EMA. And it's trying to push up. Again, it's choppy. We got the fib high here. You notice I exaggerate the dot size because it's important, along with the mid fib and the fib low. We want to get in, get out, adjust your ATM to your preferences, but you don't want to go for, in my case, I don't want to go for 6, 7, 10 ticks because they just tend to lose. I'm going to manually move the stop up because I usually have it automated to move up tick for tick, but this thing's been pushed to purge, and I would rather be safe. We keep a relatively tight stop. Nonetheless, it's about a 2 risk to every reward. So again, we have to be very selective. Come on. It's triggered quickly, but it's slow market. Just see if we get a quick trade. And what we like to do, we'll go ahead and set it. We don't know when and if it's going to occur. We got a fib high, and we love trades in the opposite direction off of major resistance, especially the fib high, fib low, and even the midline. Okay, let's see if it turns here. Oh, it decides to push up. It's going to push up. We weren't quite expecting that, but we're going to leave our trio down and see if and when we get a return. This gives us, since it pushed up, it gives us more room to come back down, because again, we're going to come back down into the 23.6 fib, which for me is not as significant as the 38.2 and the 618. Many times you can get a trade off of that, or you can get killed if you got to go through it. A lot of times it'll poke its head through there and boom, the draw traders in, and then it reverses. Okay, now we're getting some push back. So we were fortunate enough to book a trade. If we get another one, there's no harm and certainly no shame in booking those profits and going out and enjoying the rest of the day. We like to have our profits quickly here. And a lot of days, if for you guys that have been around, we go for more ticks on a run. But here, that one was a more than a decent one. But again, it had to push up through the fib, which is not a good bet. But it worked out this time. We have a battle. Some traders want to push it up and some want to push it down. That's what creates these extended bars. They're usually wide out of the top and out of the bottom. And they rotate up and down until somebody decides. We anticipate trades here. We anticipated that prior trade, and it moved fairly rapidly. So that was the right thing to do. And we're anticipating this one, but we always caution everyone with our strategy, which is to us is amazing that it lets you anticipate the trade. If it doesn't occur, no harm. The only harm is if it doesn't occur and creates a direction opposite to your anticipated direction. You want to clear. You want to hit clear or just hit that box that you checked. I like clear because it clears everything. So sometimes we might do say the trio and the spiral to see which one triggers first. In this case, it'd definitely be the trio because when we look at the HUD, everything's in an uptrend. So we're fighting an uptrend, but with some downward pressure. This could last a few minutes, guys and gals. It's one of those times a year. We got to go one way or the other. We can't sit here all day. Just sit back, relax, let your strategy handle the work. I've taken, as I mentioned earlier, the automatic tightening of the stop, predicated upon tick for tick move, because the market's been pushed down against your or up in a direction opposite your trade hard, and I want to manually anticipate that. And even when you get most traders, not all, know this. If say you got a 5 tick target it's got to go to 6 before the fill. In other words, it's got to go through it, or just generally will not fill. Now, when the market's just blasting along, it'll go right through it at the speed of light and no problem. But when it's slow like this and it sits there, say you have 5, it hits 5, unless you put MIT, which market if touched, you're not likely, and you're not going to get a fill. You're just not. And, the spread can widen also, which makes it even more difficult. And a word of caution or advice or just knowledge, if you use MIT, you virtually never get your target. It'll give you at least 1 or 2 ticks less than your target. Again, unless it's moving very rapidly and just goes up through it and hits it. So I normally don't use that. Many people do, because it can hit your target. So we might get filled here. We should on this bar if it triggers. Now it's got to go down through the 23 fib. And it's giving a little bounce. We're likely to go through this since it's been so much time moving the market. Okay. Come on down here and hit this. We will tighten this thing up some. We don't want to take a full bore hit. And we got the 89 slightly above our target. So we need to get filled here pretty quickly, and we did. Okay. We're going to go ahead and hit our trio up because we're on the 89, and we don't know that. We hope it's better if we get in here in between, same as we did last time. And it actually went down to almost touched the 38.2. And the same on the, 2 trades. There's no shame in, honestly, it's just smart. You got a big profit. It's on a very, very difficult time to trade the market. The market's been difficult to trade the better part of the year. Not that you don't get some good days, but it's not like the prior 2 years where it was trending hard and generally up. You can make big trades, big trends, yet most people still tended to lose because of their trading philosophy or psychology. And some made, an enormous amount of money. Okay, we got a wick forming here. We're going to get up. We got plenty of room before we get back to the fib high, which has been ratcheted up on that last trade up. These trades, I mean, these trades in here would have just chewed you up. You wouldn't have gotten a single one of them unless you're running, 3 or 4 tick target. And that's just too far off the risk reward to, be comfortable. Okay, we're going to push on back down, which I like. What we have to keep in mind here when we take this next trade, be cognizant of the fact that we have the 9:30 open. We got 15 minutes, so we hope to get in and get out prior to that. But it's moving relatively slow, so we're going to keep that in mind. So what do we do? If we get long like we're anticipating, we're not going to push our stop up tight if we're not at our target at the 9:30 open. It's more risk, and again, there's still plenty of time to book your trades and turn off your computer and go do something else. You got a nice profit if you took those last 2 trades, and those 2 were relatively clean, even though the entire day hasn't been. When you look back at 4 in the morning and see the chop, those are losing trades. And a lot of times it'll trade in the morning, which is early morning, which is, the Asian market and the European markets, Aussies. And there are a lot of Aussie traders. Okay. What are we going to do here, boys and girls? Or we'll just use guys for boys and girls. For the new traders in the room, if I select anything, you'll hear a voice in the background, a female voice, that will speak the name of that selection. And you'll see it change color. And I will also give information to why we're making that anticipation. Also, this is something that most people don't know that's really important. We use a limit of +1, and everybody tells me, oh, use market. And I have some software like, for automation. And it usually uses like a 3 lag. Well, you're going to automatically get a 3-point difference. But what happens is if we select trio, and this has been several minutes, in every case, the way the limit system works is you're put in a line. And if you hit limit 5 seconds before the trigger, or even on the trigger, you're at the end of the line. So the people that have been way ahead in the line are going to get the fill first. That is the way the system works with every broker. And you're competing with people on other brokerage sites. So you're way more likely to get filled. And we do most of the time. when you don't get filled is when there's a lot of volatility. The brokers are protecting themselves, and the market makers are protecting themselves, and the spread can be tremendous. I've seen it to be ridiculous. And guess what? You don't want to be filled. Okay. We're going to see if this moves on up, because I'm going to pull this down temporarily down below the last pivot. And that's a huge, huge stop, but we won't let that happen. If we start seeing a reversal close to the 89, we'll just exit. And you can see this is getting tremendous pressure. And that, I mean, that obviously that stopped out. So many traders will use a three tick target and a 5 tick stop. Well, you would have already stopped on that, which is likely why it's pushing down there. And again, it's very easy to give all your profit back, because we got 2 trades and our stop is 2 trades, and we made it more. I did. And I'm not suggesting you have to stay true to your own trading plan. And again, as I urged in advance, it's nothing's wrong with having taken 2 trades and go. I know traders that do that routinely, and boy, this is slow. Let's just hope we get up there and hit this and don't feel bad about this 3rd trade. Let's just hopefully this is a 3rd is a charm. It's not being a charm right now. Now, if you look at the HUD below, we're dark green on all but the strength. Look at this. It's a huge move off the trigger. Okay. Now we got a, okay. All right. We're going to call this a day, and we had an element of luck there. I don't know if you saw that though, but if I had jumped to break even, which I normally do at the target, it would have stopped me out break even instead of a very nice profit. We will see you in the morning. We'll advise you. There's a news window. I think it's at 8:30, but we'll send an email out informing you of that time and what time we're going to select to trade. We're expecting the same type of action. We may get some action on the news window. We hope we do. But again, we're getting closer and closer to Christmas, and I'm expecting it to even get more lethargic, low volume towards the end of the week, which is just 2 or 3 days, 4 days, whatever, to until Christmas Eve. People doing late shopping, or they're gone, or they're catching airliners to somewhere. Have a great day, great trading. It was really difficult, and I really appreciate you being here today. You take care, and see you tomorrow.